Hello, guys. Welcome back to Belinda's Babies. My name is Belinda, and I am here with these three babies that I'm showing very shortly. I'm sitting in the car right now doing I don't know what it's called, an over something with the voiceover. Oh, weirdo. Anyway, I'm doing a voiceover while I'm getting these three babies ready. She wants to take a look at them. And it's so weird. Why do I struggle with rehoming or finding homes for dolls? I really don't get why that is. Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, that's originally, I wanted to originally, make dolls for myself when I started doing this. And in hindsight, then I thought, well, I can make dolls and sell them. But the selling part or the moving on part is the struggle. Go figure. I don't get it, but it is what it is. So these babies here are babies that I'm looking at this voiceover and I think I've messed up. 1 second. No, I didn't mess up. I don't know. I'm not seeing any movement in the video. So I thought to myself, my goodness, am I just yakking on a photo? But there is movement soon enough. I just start changing these babies. I think right now I'm just gathering up some outfits to put on the dolls and just recording so I can actually have lots of time to talk. So yeah, I have my Fred that I'm dressing up in a girl's outfit along with Kara, and I can't remember what I named this little one. What did I name her? I don't know. But it is so bizarre to like I said, like find homes for dolls. But it is part of it. I mean, if you love to paint and you enjoy it the way I do, unless you have a whole house to fill it with dolls, you can't really keep them all. And that's the hard part. I love the pickle sculpt. I am going to do another pickle one for me. This is an earlier version of my painting. I feel that it's a lot more redder than what I would like. But it is what it is. And I feel that it is bittersweet as I sit here and wait for the lady to come and take a look at these three babies so she can decide what she's going to do there. As I drove here, I'm meeting her. She's about an hour away, so I drove about 40 minutes in her direction. And I'm sitting here in Shubenacadie. Here we have what we call is the Wildlife Park. And I'm just sitting here in this parking lot meeting her here. She found me not on my website, belindasbabies.ca or belindasbabies.com. She found me on Marketplace, I believe. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. And so it's local, which makes it good. But I'm noticing, like, I feel like I've sold different things, not dolls necessarily, maybe a couple over Facebook Marketplace, but I feel like the different things that I've sold, I don't want people coming to my house. Like, do you think about that when you're selling things? It's best to do in a public area. I don't know. I have my dogs barking and going on. I'd rather go out, and it kind of forces me to get out. I haven't been out in a few days. Actually, the last week plus, I haven't been taking the dogs for a walk. I haven't been going too many places. I feel like since I got back from being away, I've just been humdrumming around the house in some sort of mood. I don't know. Trevor says, I think that's the lady coming now, so I will check in with you guys. Trevor says, yeah, I'm in a funk. I think I might be in a funk. Well, guys, they just left. And I have one doll left. They bought both dolls. My pickle baby, Fred, and the other sleeping baby, which I can't remember her name. So bizarre. I only took a gift box for one. I didn't realize that she was looking at two, and I told her I could meet up and do that, but she was okay with that. But yeah, so bizarre, so weird. It's bittersweet, you know? Does that make any sense? It's bittersweet that the dolls have moved on. More room for the other couple that I have for myself that I'm going to paint. But I do have many, many more that I'm going to add to my website and locally. And with Christmas coming, maybe more and more people will look at dolls for Christmas and things like that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to turn this car off. I'm just sitting here, and I think I'm going to finish this voiceover before I head back home. I might go visit my mom today now that I'm out and about, talking to some people, feeling a little bit more lively. Kind of need that. I need to force myself out and about more. I know I say this. It's the same old humdrum things that I say, but I'm just being brutally honest. It is so beautiful here in Nova Scotia with the fall leaves and the changing in the colors. And it's more exceptionally beautiful this year because I feel that the last few falls prior, it's been a lot of wind. So then because of the wind, the leaves blew off the trees, and you didn't get to enjoy the colors for the length of time that we have had. And it's just absolutely stunning. It's my favorite time of year is fall. I really, really enjoy the fall season. Trevor is away. He's gone to Toronto for the weekend. He has always loved horse racing. And so he's gone. There's, I don't know what it's called, some kind of big event going on there. And so he's gone to see that. I have a lot of guilt that I didn't go with him. He tells me, I understand, Belinda, I understand. He loves going places and traveling, and he saves and he sells his collectibles that I've collected for years for us to be able to travel. Because, he's on a fixed income, but he sells these comic books and these magic cards and things that he's collected to be able to do these things and plans them out. And I get so nervous and I just feel guilty because he's sending me pictures, and he's, he went up the tower in Toronto, and I just feel bad. And part of me starts to reflect back and think, maybe he needs to find someone else who's willing to do this more often with him. He gets upset when I talk like that, and he says, why do you get in these funks? I am happy. It is fine. But I think it's not fine. Like, it's just not fine that I am, first of all, such an introverted person, and second of all, not as excited to travel like him. And he tells me if it was a big problem, he would tell me. And I know sometimes he says, in a way you have changed, because when we first got together, you were very, I was working every day. I seemed to be more outgoing. I seemed to be quite excited about, when we went on our first trip to Cuba, because I'd never been anywhere ever except for in Canada. And I was very, very excited to go, yet very nervous. Wasn't on the plane in 20 some years at that point. And it was just it was a first again, and he was very excited to experience that with me. And, um, and I went several places after that, just traveling, driving in the car. We drove my daughter to Ottawa. She lived there, and I took some time off work and did that. And even though I was anxiety ridden the entire time, which involved a lot of me yelling and screaming and needing to pull over to the side of the road because I was so nervous. But um, I think over time, I kind of deep down thought that that would kind of go away, that that feeling of not being able to do it would go away, yet it hasn't. It seems like the last couple years has been worse, and I don't know if it's a whole combination of increased anxiety and stress with menopause, or if it's just 2020, COVID, or it's just I don't know what it is, but my mindset is more fearful than it ever has, and it could be because when I stopped work, work was my identity. Work was even though it was work, I was very proud of what I did, and I felt very accomplished, and I felt like I was helping people, and I felt like I was really, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt like I was really, connecting and making a difference in the world, and yeah, it was my confidence booster. Was I finished by the end of my day? Yes, because of an introverted person. You really have to put on that mask, sort of say, or a different personality when you go to work. When you get home, then I'm tired. I'm tired and I don't really want to do too much afterwards. I met Trevor and I felt like after work I wanted to do more. I wanted to have money to do more, so I rented my house and I lived in a trailer that I bought on my line of credit and, rented my house out to my brother because I wanted to free up income so I could actually experience life instead of just going through life, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, scraping by, pay the bills, barely being able to have a Christmas and stuff like that. And so as a single mom, it was tough. But I met Trevor and I'm like, you know what? I want to start living. I want my kids to experience things. Or my daughter actually was moved out at that point, but I want to do more with my son and I want to be able to um, create memories, not just in the house and that's about it. And so I was really gung ho for all these things in life. And now I don't know what's happened. I'm becoming more and more of a recluse in the house, and it's just not good. It's not good, and I don't like that about myself. I wish, and I do, I force myself to do things, and I could have forced myself to go this time, but I didn't, and now I feel guilty. I feel guilty that I didn't, you know? Oh, God. And I say this to Trevor every once in a while, and he gets mad at me, but I do say, maybe you need to find someone who is someone that's going to experience all these things in life and is going to be willing to go on these trips because his dream is to travel and to go here and to go there. And I have to push myself so much and I have to really put myself through pure anxiety hell to get on the plane and I mean, the last plane trip, I cried my face off. There was so much turbulence, and I thought I was gonna have to get a paper bag. I was breathing heavy. I was just like it was awful. How in the world am I gonna do that on a regular basis? I thought the more I traveled, the more I would become used to it, but it's not happening. I'm not becoming more used to it. I'm becoming more fearful. And it's absolutely frustrating that this anxiety and fear factor in my heart of hearts is not going away and it's affecting my relationship because I feel guilt. I feel overwhelmingly guilty because he could have been and could be with someone who's willing to do these things, who is willing and wanting and loving and enjoying the travel. I mean, even when we get off the plane, I am anxiety ridden driving on the fast-paced highways downtown Toronto with all the traffic and the people and the running and hustle and bustle, and in the Ubers where they're driving Speedy Gonzales, and it's just, I just want to get out, and I panic, and I just like, how is that enjoyable for anybody? How is that creating something for him to live his best life? It's just not. It's just not creating his best life. And just, I don't know. Now I'm victimizing things, but I'm just being honest, I guess, and being out today and seeing people and talking with the dolls a little bit. I feel good, but I also feel I just want to overcome this. I want to overcome this, and I don't know why. Is it aging? Is it I worry more? I find I'm reflecting a lot more in all kinds of things in my life. I'm reflecting on my kids, on my motherhood. I feel guilty about that I wasn't the greatest mom. Um, that, I wish I could go back and do things differently. I was so stressed out when I had my kids that I wasn't a patient mom. I wasn't the understanding mom that I could have and should have been, and the stress was overwhelming, that I just feel bad about it. And to the point that sometimes I'll say, which is horrific, I'll say, to my own kids, be very, very mindful before you have children. You don't, not that, and I'll tell them, I don't regret having you guys. I don't want you to feel that way. Although sometimes when I talk like that, Silas will say, Mom, like, I'll say, like, I don't want you to think I regret having children. And he said, when you get talking like that, sometimes it makes me think that you do. And that you're wishing your life was different. And it's like, no, it's not that I don't wish my life was different. I just wish I wasn't as stressed out, that I would have been a better mom. I love that I had my babies. I wanted to have a bunch of babies. But I just feel that I had to be everything in the house, the father, the mother, the breadwinner, all that. And my whole life was about that, and I think most parents can say that. And so now in my life, I'm collecting dolls, I'm creating dolls, I'm doing things that I love, and enjoying it. And Trevor's doing things he loves and enjoying it, which is, the collectible things that he's had selling to be able to travel, and that's what he's always wanted to do. And at this age, you want to be able to be in positions to do what you've always wanted to do. And so when I think about it, I think, well, why do we have to wait till we're so much older? It's too bad we couldn't incorporate some of that when we're younger, right? When we have the energy and stuff. So I encourage my kids to really create a life for themselves before they have children, because your life is not your own after you have children. Your life is about creating and giving and being and providing for them as much as you possibly can. And so it's a big, big decision. It's not a decision to take lightly. And not that I think, you know, the old people talk, not the old people get talking, and I'll say, if you ever wait to the perfect moment to have children, you will never have children. And that makes a lot of sense. It does. It makes a lot of sense, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into, right? And once again, it sounds like I regret things, but I don't. I my children are my best accomplishment. They're my best accomplishment. They're the most important thing to me is my babies, my human babies. And I am so grateful that there's lots of people that cannot have children. I'm so grateful that I was and could have children. But I feel that my mindset, even though I'm anxiety ridden, my mindset would be a better mom today. It's such a weird thing that when you're young, you kind of grow emotionally, psychologically with your children. And if you have added stress on you, financial, relationship, stress, it's really hard to enjoy those young years with your little people, walking and crawling and talking and all those firsts. It's hard to enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it the same because I had all those other things to worry about. And I feel that now I don't have all those extra stresses. Having a little person in my life, I'd have the patience and the time and the energy and less worry in regards to stability in a relationship and a home environment and that sort of stuff, and working all the time, and then the weekends doing all those chores. And it does make a huge difference. It makes a huge difference in your life. Anyway, I don't want to go on about it too much longer. As you can see, I'm getting these babies ready to go and in this video, and I miss them already by looking at them. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But I'm happy that I've made room for 2 more dolls anyway. Have I or have I not? I don't know. I need to sell more, honestly. But I think I will head to my mom's. I think I will. I was really trying to encourage Silas to come with me today. And originally I was meeting with the lady earlier, and then I was meeting with her later. And I was really trying to encourage him to come with me today so we could go to this wildlife park, which is it's not a zoo, it's a park for rehabilitating animals, and you get to experience some of those animals. And it's a beautiful fall day, perfect because they won't be as hidden as they are in the summer. And I haven't been here in years. But do you think that kid would come? No, the days of hanging out with mom are gone, but I want him to hang out with me now. But it's a rare occurrence because he was up so late, yada, yada. Mom, I really don't want to do that. Now, if we were coming here at 8 o'clock at night, he'd probably do it. But it's just get up and go is gone a lot of times. So guys, I am going to get away from my blabbering. I want to wish each and every one of you guys a fantastic day. I'm thinking about Kay today. She has some things going on in her life. Thinking about you, positive thoughts and vibes going your direction. I want to remind folks that I do have my membership and thank the couple of gals that have joined my membership. My membership is all about supporting the creation and the moving forward in this channel and the gifting of baby dolls, and just to thank you. And I really want to thank the couple of gals that have joined my membership. And there is going to be and will be lives for everyone, but I will have, as the membership starts to grow, I will have lives, just members only, that we will talk about different topics that we will talk about and discuss. I'm going to do some posts that are just for members, early access to videos like this one. This will be accessible earlier. I think because I haven't done a video in a little while, I'll just make this one accessible a day early and open it up to everyone tomorrow. But these, after I start getting videos going, I think I will make a video and it'll probably close up for a week or something like that. We'll see, because this world of membership is new to me. I don't want to exclude folks. I want people to still see and enjoy the videos and the things that I do. I think it'll be more about maybe some posts that are a little bit just exclusive, and maybe just an exclusive live, but I'll still do lives, but exclusive lives just for members, just to weed out some of that, all kinds of different folks that'll jump on a live. You'll get all kinds of folks that'll jump on a live and get jumping on there just saying weird shit. So it'll kind of eliminate that. Look at this little one I painted, and I'm including that in the box too. So, yeah, guys, have a fabulous, fabulous day. Enjoy this day. And don't forget, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do about it? I think I'm going to leave here in this parking lot, head back to town, about 40 minutes. I'm taking the long route, of course. I avoid highways if all possible, and maybe go see my mom. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so we'll see what that's going to look like. So take care of yourselves, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you for joining me on Belinda's Babies, where we experience creativity in every season of life. Bye for now, guys.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do, so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move, so descriptive.